Another day and another loaf of bread for my friends. Today's loaf of bread comes to us by way of Laurens Vanderpost, who has a most singable name, as you will see in the outtakes. And Laurens says the following. The bushmen in the Kalahari desert talk about the two hungers. There is the great hunger and there is the little hunger. The little hunger wants food for the belly, but the great hunger is the hunger for meaning. There is ultimately only one thing that makes human beings deeply and profoundly bitter, and that is to have thrust upon them a life without meaning. There is nothing wrong in searching for happiness, but of far more comfort to the soul is something greater than happiness or unhappiness, and that is meaning, because meaning transfigures all. Once what you are doing has for you meaning, it is irrelevant whether you're happy or unhappy. You are content. You are not alone in your spirit. You belong. Now this quote belongs in Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning. It is right in line with everything that Frankl believes, everything that Frankl taught. It aligns perfectly with Frankl's own approach to psychotherapy, which he named logotherapy. And in Frankl's opinion, and it sounds like also Vanderpost's opinion as well, the ultimate drive is not the drive for sex, or eros, as Freud called it. It is not a death wish, and it is not a will to power. According to Frankl and Vanderpost, the ultimate will, the ultimate drive in human beings is the drive toward meaning, the hunger for meaning, the great hunger, according to the tribes of the Kalahari desert. When I read this quote, it just hit me. It's so accurate. There are two hungers, and you would think that the hunger that has the potential to kill you would be considered the great hunger, but that's not the way of it. Humans are the only animals that I know of who are capable of overriding the will to live. Literally every living organism is wired and programmed to stay alive and to propagate, to breed, to multiply. That is the basic programming of life itself. All living organisms are bound to this. And humans are too. But humans have the ability to override that instinct. Why? Well, one of the reasons could be a lack of meaning. When life has lost meaning or life lacks meaning, there is no reason to live. There is no purpose. The mere act of eating and fucking and breeding is not enough for humans. We need more. And so that's why the Kalahari Desert tribes refer to the hunger for food as the little hunger. Because even if you don't eat and you die, that's not as bad as living a life without meaning. And you notice how Laurens Vanderpost says it in this quote. He says, nothing is worse than having a meaningless life thrust upon you. Because nobody chooses a meaningless life. It's a life that is thrust upon you. It's put on you. You're forced to live this life, and it's unbearable because there's no purpose. There's no reason. There's no motivation. And so it's not surprising that people in this state of mind often resort to suicide. And rightfully so. Why should you go on living and satisfying your base animal needs if you don't have something bigger, something more meaningful to live for, to go toward, to strive after? It's a valid question. I've seen it. I've seen it in friends. I've seen it in family members. I've seen it in colleagues. This confusion, this not knowing what's missing, but knowing that something is missing. This hollow void in the pit of your stomach that you cannot fill no matter how much you buy, no matter how attractive you are, no matter how many friends you have, IRL or social media. But you see, all of these activities, all of these things are attempts to fill the void, what Frankl called the existential vacuum. What a brilliant name for it. It's a vacuum, it's a void, it's empty. There's a spot inside of you that can't be filled with material goods and possessions and achievements. And that is the pit that we are talking about here. That is the great hunger of the Kalahari Desert tribes. And that is the hunger that I hope these videos, these loaves of bread, will help you alleviate. I hope that I can give you enough soul food to fill some of that space and make you feel like, yes, there is meaning, and yes, there's something to live for. Now, I don't know what that is for you, and you may not know what it is for yourself, but know that it exists. There is meaning for you. It's not my meaning, and it's not your neighbor's meaning, and it's not the cultural meaning or purpose that is assigned to you through school and through popular culture, through media, through peer networks. No, that's not it. You have to go within yourself to find the meaning of your life. And like Frankl says in his book, when people ask, what is the meaning of life? They've got the question backwards. Instead, pretend that life is asking you, what is the meaning of you? What is the meaning of Oliver? What were you put here to do? Life doesn't tell you. There's no meaning that is intrinsic or built in. Although some people believe that. And I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong. I'm just here to tell you that I don't believe it. I disagree. I think there are as many purposes in life as there are people living life. Each one of us has an individual meaning. And the beautiful thing is that this individual meaning fits into the greater whole like a piece in the puzzle. So not only are you finding your purpose and your meaning, but somehow, some way that will connect you to others, and you will form a kind of web with others who share similar passions, similar purposes, and who have a similar meaning to their lives. It's a beautiful thing. It's individual and collective at the same time. There's the paradox for you again, right? We're all individually unique, but we are all collectively identical. And the same thing goes for the meaning of your life and the purpose of your life. You have an individual meaning and an individual purpose, but the paradox is that this individual thing will connect you to others and lead you to the collective good. You only need to go within yourself and find it, though. You don't have to worry about how it's going to connect you to other people. You don't have to worry how it fits into the greater picture. All you have to worry about is going within and doing the work and finding out for yourself what's the meaning of your life. Well, that was epic timing. Just about home. I'm going to sign off on this one before I say anything to screw it up. I feel like this one was good. I feel like this one was on point, and I feel like I've been waiting to say this one for a while, and it came out just the way I wanted it to. So, thank you, Space Jesus. God bless. Till next time, live well, my friends. Lawrence Vanderpost.